Hey guys, my name is Glenn and I'm a commercial real estate agent. I got my license in 1998 and I've been doing commercial real estate ever since. And in this video, we're going to tell you what's better, buying and leasing. We'll give you the advantages and disadvantages of each. Now this is geared towards commercial properties, office buildings, warehouse buildings, what we call flex space. But you could use some of these concepts, I think, towards residential as well. Now, most clients that I talk to, and if you're in New Jersey, I can do a free phone consultation with you. You can just email me at Glenn with 2 N's, realestateexpert@gmail.com. That's Glenn at realestateexpert.com. And, I can do a consultation with you in other states. I work for a national company. If you need to sell a building or you need to lease space, I can certainly give you to my local office and oversee it. So if you're interested in that, you can do that as well. If you like what you see on this channel, remember to hit that subscribe button. You subscribing to my channel allows me to make more videos. So now when I first meet with a tenant or talk to them on the phone, everybody always tells me they want to buy a building. There are certainly advantages of buying the building. Obviously, you'll have equity in there. You own an asset now instead of paying a landlord's mortgage. You do have the potential to rent that building. There could be some tax benefits, and you own the building, so you can do what you want. You want to tear up the parking lot or make extra parking spaces or take away parking spaces to store your trailers or your cars, you could do that. It's your property. You could do whatever you want. But there's a lot of disadvantages that people don't realize. You have to tie up a lot of capital. You're going to have to put, 25% down on the building most likely. You're probably going to have to get financing. We'll do separate videos on that to get into more specifics. You're going to have all the liability now. If a tenant of yours trips and falls on the properties, they're coming after you. Anything else that happens wrong in that property, you're going to be liable because you're the owner. So there's obviously downside risk. We always think if you buy a building, it's going to go up in value, and that's not true. There's a lot of bubbles in commercial real estate too. I have plenty of clients that before they met me or consulted with me, they bought the building at the height of the market because they were convinced that was going to go up, and good place to put the money. And now the building is worth 20-30% less than what they paid for it, and they can't get out of that lease. And that leads us to another disadvantage, which is lack of flexibility. Say you own a building in a market you're doing all business now, and you're like, this is great, I own all that. Well, guess what? What if you lose your biggest clients that are in that area, and now they're an hour away, 2 hours away? It's not like getting rid of your car where you can just go to car cash and maybe you won't get top dollar, but you can get the liquidity out of it. You're stuck with that office building. It may be hard to sell. It may need a new roof. Maybe the parking lot has to be paved, and the new buyer is going to ding you for that. They're going to say, well, the roof's $500,000. We're going to drop our offer $500,000 because now we need a new roof. There could be environmental issues. So you really don't have flexibility. You're stuck in that location. Now, if maybe you have a warehouse and you put so much infrastructure, you really need to be there 15, 20 years, it may make sense to buy a building. But most of the time, I think it's actually better to lease, even though people want to buy. Now, leasing, you have the liquidity, especially for office space or even warehouse space. A lot of times the landlord will do the build out for you. You do a 5-year lease, a 7-year lease, a 10-year lease. They'll build out the space for you. Not so much on the industrial side, on the warehouse, but certainly in an office space. So if you need 4 offices in the conference room or 15 offices and 3 conference rooms and a kitchen, the landlord would do that for you. We can put that into the rent, and you do a long enough deal to do the buyout. So you're not putting that much money in your pocket. I've negotiated with a lot of landlords free rent, so that'll cover your moving expenses. There could be tax benefits to that too. And the biggest thing in leasing is flexibility. So a standard lease is either 3 years, 5 years, 7 years, 10 years. But if you think you may not be in the area forever, or you may need more space or less space, you do a 5-year lease. My specialty is negotiation, so I can negotiate for you and get a right to terminate that lease. If you need to be in another part of town, or you need to be in another area total that's out of your control. Maybe you have a new client and they're far away. Maybe you need to hire people for your business and they're not local to you and you need a satellite office there. We can negotiate all that stuff into leases. If you outgrow the space, we can have stipulations in the lease that allow you to take more space, or what we call right of first offers on contiguous space. So it's really important to have your own real estate agent. Remember, and I'll probably say this in every video, the landlord has a real estate agent working for them. You need to have a real estate agent working for you. And if you're leasing space, the landlord pays me. So whether you use me or somebody else, you don't have to pay any real estate commission. You do if you sell a building, of course. You're paying the selling broker, which is known as the listing broker in residential. It's the agency broker in commercial, or the buyer's broker. But if you're leasing the space, the landlord pays both brokers, yours and the landlord's own broker. So there's no reason not to have your own broker. So If you're in New Jersey and you want to know if leasing or buying is right for you, feel free to email me at glennrealestateexpert@gmail.com. Remember, Glenn is with 2 N's. And if you like what you see, hit the subscribe button. That allows me to keep making videos. If you're into cars, I collect cars, and I have a car channel called Glenn's Car Collection. And, I did some real estate vlogs on that channel, and there seemed to be a big interest in seeing more of those real estate, so I created the second channel all about real estate. So thanks again for watching, guys, and I will see you next time. Take care.